Hello, we are starting the third video of this series for the exercise 1.3 of chapter 1 of class 10th. The first question says prove that root 5 is irrational. Now, to prove this question, you might notice that this question may also come in the form that prove that root 2 is irrational or prove that root 3 is irrational. Well, the steps will be similar for all the three cases. Now, to prove root 5 as irrational, we will first consider it to be a rational and then we will prove it by the contradictory method. So, considering it as let root 5 be a rational number. Now, if root 5 is rational, so it can be represented in the form of a upon b, where b is not equals to 0 but a and b are integers. So, a and b have a common factor other than 1. So as we go with the rational numbers definition, a upon b, and they must be having some common factor, and you remove that common factor, so a and b becomes co-prime. So if we can divide them by the common factor and assume that a and b are co-prime, so as for an introductory part, we are considering it to be a rational number. So root 5 is a rational number written as a equals to b. So this b will get the cross multiplication, so a can be written as root 5b. Now, squaring both sides, you will get a square. Root 5 square is 5 and b square is b square. Now, well, a square is divisible by 5 as in quotient of b square. That means, like, if you are writing, I'm explaining over here, 16 is divided by 4 or into 4. Well, we can have another example. 36 is divided by 4 into 9, kind of. So this 4 is divisor, this 9 is quotient. So a square is divided by 5b square. So we are saying a square divisible by 5, and it can be said that a is divisible by 5. Now we can have this example again. 36, so this was a square and this was, let's say, 4 and 9, 4b square. So we are saying a square is divisible by 5, also a is divisible by 5. So that means a is also divisible by 3 over here, like 9 was the number. So if we take 4 into 3 into 3, so this 9 can, a square was 36, so this will be 6 and this 6 will be divided by 3. So we can have, like, if a square is a number, like if you want to have another example, 16, for this you can take 2 into 8. So 16 is 4 into 4. So if 16 can be written as 2 into 8, where 8 is quotient, so this 4, this was a square, no? So 4, a has the value of 4. So a is also divisible by the first number, so 4 is divisible by 2. So we can also say if a square is divisible by 5, then a is also divisible by 5. Now if a is divisible by 5, there must be some quotient. If you are dividing without remainder, so let the quotient be k, where k is an integer. Squaring both sides again, a square is equals to 5k whole square. Now a square is already 5b square earlier, so we have placed, instead of a square we have written 5b square. This 5k square will be 25k square. Now if you cancel out 5 with 25, you will get 5 over here, k square and b square. Now check, as we have understood earlier, again if b square is being divided by 5, leaving out the quotient as k square, that means b is also divisible by 5. Therefore if b square is divisible by 5 and hence b is also divisible by 5. Now if you can see, a was divisible by 5, b is also divisible by 5. Therefore a and b have 5 as a common factor, and this is a contradiction to the fact that a and b are co-prime. A and b should be a co-prime. Therefore root 5 cannot be expressed as p upon q. Thus root 5 is a rational number, because for the rational number, when you represent a and b shall not be equals to 0, a and b should be integers, and a and b both should be co-primes. Co-primes means they should have the HCF 1, no other factor than 1. So now if you want to prove that root 2 is an irrational, so you will choose let root 2 be rational, and root 2b will be written as a upon b. Here you will write the same statement for them. Then root 2 is equals to a upon b, a is equals to root 2b, a square is equals to 2b square. Then you will write the statement a square is divisible by 2, and hence a is divisible by 2. Then you will write a is equals to 2k. Then you will write a square is equals to 2k whole square. Then you will write 2b square is equals to 4k square. You will cancel. Now after 2b square is equals to 4k square, you will cancelling 2 and 4 here, so you will be getting b square is equals to 2k square. Then again you will write b square is divisible by 2, hence b is divisible by 2. Both are having the common factor as 2 instead of being co-prime. Thus we can write that root 2 cannot be expressed as p upon q. Thus root 2 is a irrational number. Same you have to follow for root 3. Now going toward the second question, prove that 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational, and the remaining 3, these 3 we are solving over here. Prove that 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational number. Now again, considering a contradictory statement, let's say that 3 plus 2 root 5 is rational. So what we will do, we will take this entire expression with the consideration of root 5. So what we have done, we have taken 3 to this side, so a upon b minus 3. After taking the LCM as b, so a minus 3b upon b, dividing it by 2. So now root 5 is equal to a minus 3b upon 2b. It implies that root 5 is a rational number because it has been represented in a form of a minus 3b upon 2b. Because a is integer, b is integer, so you are subtracting integer, you are dividing by an integer, so you must be getting some integral value where a and b are integers. Thus by this expression or equation, root 5 is an rational number. However, root 5 we have already proven earlier is a irrational number, so it contradicts. Here we are saying that root 5 is a rational, and in general we already know that root 5 is an irrational number. Therefore this is a contradictory to the supposition that we had. Thus 3 plus 2 root 5 is a irrational instead of rational one. The second question, third question, first part, prove that 1 upon root 2 is irrational. Okay, so we are considering let 1 upon root 2 is rational, representing 1 upon root 2 in a form of rational, that is a upon b, taking the cross multiplication. So root 2 is now b upon a. Now root 2 is upon b upon a, and b upon a is a form of rational because they both are integral values. So thus if they are a rational value, while we already know that root 2 is an irrational, so it's a contradictory to our supposition that 1 upon root 2 is a rational. We can't suppose an irrational value to be represented as a rational value, so we can write that 1 upon root 2 is irrational. Now taking up 7 plus root 5 is irrational, we need to prove this. So again, beginning with the very first step, let 7 plus root 2 5 is irrational, so representing it as 7 plus root 5 will be equal to the representation of a rational number, that is a upon b. So dividing it by 7, leaving it with the expression only with the rational number. So root 5 is equals to a upon 7b. A upon 7b is rational representation of both the integers where the denominator is not equal to 0. So root 5, which we already know is an irrational number, is now represented in a form of rational number. This is a contradictory supposition that 7 plus root 5 was rational. So we will write that 7 root 5 is irrational. Last one, 6 plus root 2 is irrational. So consider, let's say 6 plus root 2 is a rational number. So 6 plus root 2 is equals to a upon b. Root 2 leaving over here, 6 toward this side, right hand side, taking up the LCM, b, a minus 6b upon b. Now this is an integral value, so root 2 you will write like this कि root 2 is a rational. Then you will write root 2 is a rational which we know that root 2 is irrational. While we have represented already over here root 2 as a rational representation, but in general we already know that root 2 is irrational. So we will write therefore it contradicts our supposition or our consideration, thus 6 plus root 2 is an irrational number. Here we have done the exercise completely 1.3. Now to check out the 1.4, check out the next video and do post your queries if you have. Thank you.